First over here on Instagram. Good morning. Good morning. How art thou? It is Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and the laced up legislator for the House of Delegates 89th District, here with the morning dew for certified doers just like you. So grateful that y'all are getting up and getting at it, whatever getting at it is for you on this Thursday morning. I'm going to lead with something real quick because we've got a bit of things to go through. We're going to talk about that. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Hitman. Hey, so we got a couple things talking about the creatives and the economy tonight. We've got a big event happening tonight. Just we're pulling these creatives together. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, what we have to do, some other community events that we have going on, some really important messaging things that'll be happening with us, and then I'll take your questions. Actually, if you got questions, you got comments, you got concerns, it doesn't have to be about anything I'm talking about right now. Drop them in the comments. This 30 minutes is literally for you. It's literally for you. But before we drop into all of that, again, gratitude. I want to make sure that if y'all in the Norfolk area, it's really important that I put this out while Hurricane Lee is going to bring some flooding in, especially over in the Sewells Point, Norfolk Naval Station area. We can expect today, just making sure you're on the know, today around 9:30 a.m. for about 12 hours, from 9:30 a.m. to 9:40 p.m. And on Friday that there can be no standing on the pier, no piers over at Naval Station off of Pier 6, I think they said. But just keeping that in mind, while we are not like directly feeling the effects of it, there's going to be some flooding, some offshore that's going to bring some wind as this what do they call it as it passes and goes north off of the shore for us. So just keep that in mind when it gets windy out here. Know that their climate change is real. Okay. And it's actually happening. We send you some 7-5. Oh, yes, you do. Absolutely. I do this. Let me say this. I'm on for the folks on all the other platforms on Instagram. Let me see. On Instagram, we had the 757 versus the world said we need to send you some 757 versus the world merch. No, I need to purchase that. I purposely tried to only wear local uppers during these things, and I want to support our local business. So you don't have to give me anything. You got to tell me about your stuff, and when I make sure I have the ducats, I'll make that purchase. So shout out to Made in Norfolk, shout out to Cardinals, shout out to Certified Chicken Chasers, shout out to Traptastic, shout out to oh goodness, what is it? I can't think of her brand. Don't beat me up. All the things in 757. And shout out to my nail tech for just being an amazing Black business owner in the 757. That's Get Nailed. Rashawn over at Get Nailed. But that's the goal here, is that not only do we pull in the work, but we show the work and we glorify the creative spirits. And so this is my way of making sure that I am showcasing our talent here in the 757 with the platform that we're giving. Good morning, Mr. Little. So good to see you. I see you on Facebook. Good Morgan. All right. Oops, knock my glasses off my face. Let's get to it. So this evening, many of you, if you've been on Instagram and Facebook, I haven't seen a whole lot of engagement with it, know that part of our platform that we have here is about the creative economy. And for those who don't know, the creative economy is all the things. So what we believe here, right? What we believe here in this office, this is a segment of the things we believe, is that investments in the creative economy, whether it's technology, whether it's education, it's essential for us as Virginians. And this sector, right, this field that we're talking about, it spans from the art to design to entertainment to technology to education, and is a pivotal force. We believe it's an economic driver. And what does creativity breed? It breeds it breeds innovation. That's the word. Innovation. And what does innovation leads to? Innovation leads to job creation, tourism boost. And we have a whole cultural identity here in the Commonwealth, like especially in the 757, especially in Hampton Roads. There is a creative culture that is so rich and so inviting. I believe that people would just push their way to be a part of it. And so we truly believe that when we nurture these things, and we're looking at the state level, if you don't know, last year we bought, I think it was House Bill 1184 or 5. Don't beat me up on this, y'all, but it was a bill to actually develop. We were asking the Virginia Economic Development Partnership to develop a discretionary grant for creative entrepreneurs and independent content creators and everything in between. These are the same things that we do at the state, that are done at the state level for tech firms, for farmers, for all kinds of folks. And recently, as of maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, our office did have a conversation with one of the VPs over at the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. And from here on out, I'll say VEDP. We did have a conversation with them and talked about the creative economy, and is the leading economic development entity in our state considering creativity as a economic driver. And the answer was simple, is that they're just now starting to look at knowledge-based sectors as a driver. So that means yes and no. That means we're getting there. So that means we're going to have to push the pace. And this is just one aspect, y'all. This is just a tiny aspect of what we're doing. And so my goal in this office is to bring all of you all in to understand and help foster that path for Virginia, for us to attract talent, to stimulate entrepreneurship, to sort of create a dynamic environment where artists, technologists, educators, and residents alike can benefit from the creative economy. That's our goal here. And it starts with investments. So I say that because tonight at Assembly on Granby, we are hosting with Creatives for VA. And if you are not already, and I'm making sure I get my calendar out because my calendar thinks for me. We have these things. If you're not already plugged in with Creatives for VA, that's a good space. If you're on Instagram, they're at Creatives for VA. If you're on Facebook, I don't know that they have a Facebook page, but there is a website. Tonight at 6:00 from 6 to 7:30, I'll be providing a workshop under the umbrella of Creatives for VA, just talking about, and this is a 3-part series. So there'll be one this month, one October, and one November, all leading up to our huge advocacy day. We've got a huge creative advocacy day that's going to be happening January 23rd, 2024. That is going to be happening at our Capitol in Richmond. So we're starting the training and the understanding now. So if you are a creative and you're like, well, what the heck does the political scene got to do with my work? Everything. Everything. When you watch that Netflix movie and that Georgia peach scroll at the end of that Netflix movie, that means that the state of Georgia has invested in creativity. They've said that this is something, and they're winning. They're winning. So realize that while sometimes we all have this disdain for politics, I do sometimes too, that we've got to find our policy that makes us whole. And because our entire lives are legislated, whether we choose to believe it or not. So your life is being legislated. You put on that seatbelt. You want to get paid for that overtime. That's all legislation. So we're just bringing creative people that have the heart for the work, but not necessarily the business acumen or the policy acumen. We're going to bring y'all up to speed because you're the best kinds of advocates. So I hope to see some of you all tonight at Assembly on Granby, 6:00. We'll be there for the Creatives for VA workshop. It's going to be dope. So get ready. And also mark your calendars for January 23rd, 2024, because we're taking ourselves up to the Capitol. We're getting up to the Capitol and we're going to do it. Side note, if you are a certified doer, that might be you. That might be you. If you are a certified doer, y'all know doers get more done. Don't sue me, Home Depot. Doers do get more done. January, March 6th, mark your calendars for this as well. On March 6th, 2024, we will be having Certified Doers Day at the Capitol. Here's the caveat with Certified Doers Day, though, right? Certified Doers Day, we have the expectation that everybody wears yellow. Yeah, you know, that's the color. That's the color where we pop off. We're going to be a whole lot of sunshine up there. This Certified Doers Day is just for people that believe that you belong in this process. If you believe that people belong in this process and you want to do things for your community, or maybe you've never experienced the Capitol, this day is for you. So mark your calendars for those 2 dates. As we walk forward, let me pause for a second and say, please, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll answer as best I can. Elizabeth, thank you so much. She said I invited lots of people to that. And that's what you can do too. That's what you can do to be helpful. I will be fundraising to hopefully be able to provide a bus and so many things for especially creatives from the 757 to be able to make it up there. We will be launching that here pretty soon, and just asking for people, if you believe in creativity, then like help make that investment so that we can bring creatives to the Capitol. Experience .local says, I'm so excited to be a part of the process. Yeah, I mean, we need the more, the merrier. Everybody plays a role in this. There is space with creativity. There's no limit to creativity. There's space for everyone in the process. All right. So again, that's a small aspect of what we believe in. I'll run through our other things, and then I tell you how you can help, like how you can actually help us with the larger portion of this office being able to be participatory in state politics. We have the care economy, the creative economy, the circular economy, and the crime aversion economy, right? Putting money in significant investments into comprehensive crime mitigation approaches, people and technology, and then the coastal resilience economy. You will always hear me speak in economic terms because, y'all, it is about the money. Right. And I so understand having our issues, but I know that as we walk these issues forward, it is about the investments that are made, whether it's regular capital or it's human capital, that have to be made in these things that matter the most to us. Because our goal is always going to be, we've got 4 things that we're always going to want to do. We're trying to build trust and fund justice. That means like, we're not trusting of these systems, right? We have to build them, but we have to fund justice. And that looks very different in different communities, which is why part of our thing is investing in values and giving localities the ability to be self-directed when they're deciding how they spend the tax dollars that we provide. So investing in Virginia's values, enhancing your quality of life. I don't care if you're young, if you're disabled, if you're a woman. We have a commitment in this office to make sure that everyone benefits when we start shaping, because that's what we do up in the Capitol, how people work, live, and play in the Commonwealth. And then lastly, it's strengthening families no matter their composition. I have to say that I want to underline, regardless of their composition, because here's what I know families look like. Families have children. Some families have aunties, uncles. Families have pets. You and your pet, that's your family. And like, this is the life that we're living. And we have to acknowledge the stress that post-COVID, it was already there previously, but post-COVID, this economy that we're working with post-COVID, whether it's housing, it's care, it's cost of living, we have to be determined to provide the necessary assistance. That's where we are as a Commonwealth. That's where we are as an office and an entity. And so those things are like what really want to pull us. We really want to pull people in to understand it is the collectively we, not the selective we. Okay. And that are going to make this happen. So how you can help, and then I'm going to get to all of the comments here. How you can help. Number one, we looking for day ones. I need you to make sure that you're registered to vote, period. Like if you ain't done that, we need to do that already, right? Elections.virginia.gov, go check your status and get registered, period. Like that's it. Get registered. Once you make sure you're good to go, or maybe you already know you're good to go because you've been about that life. You've been about that voting life that we've been there. This is not new. Then I need you on September 22nd. I'm giving you a lot of dates to mark your calendar for. September 22nd. we need to be at the polls. Right. So the poll, I think from 9 to 5, it's going to be the poll down in City Hall if you're in Norfolk, because that's where we at. I'm like Drake. I want to give it up for my day ones. That song plays in my head every time I think about day one voting, because we got a voting season. There's no election day. It's voting season. And the last day to vote is going to be November 7th. So day one, September 22nd, it's you, me, it's 2023. Let's get down to the polls. And I want you to post like I'm a day one, hashtag day one, and put the Drake music to it. However you want to do it. We're doing it the 22nd. Okay. Because you have already voted on the 22nd. You did it. You did it. It's done. Because there's something going on. Y'all know that I'm just going to say this. I know y'all hear the fire, the fire, the smoke detector going off, because I ain't got no kitchen, y'all, and I can't access nothing in this room next to me over here. I can't change the battery until I get a kitchen. Okay. Anyway, so we still in that life. Because you have voted on day one, right? Because you did that, I am asking for your help working the polls. I mean, being a poll greeter. Right? Because I keep saying working the polls. Somebody said, stop saying that. I was like, well, that's what we're doing. I mean, this is not the chocolate factory, but we work in the poll. Okay, really. No, I need poll greeters. So on that last day to vote in November, mark your calendars. If you're a person who's like, I could put my PTO in now, it is so much fun. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. Let me just tell you, it's so much fun. So we need you for that. If you live in a neighborhood in Norfolk and you know that you're going to be in the 93rd district, I want to walk your block with you. So between now and then, let's get it. Like, let's knock your block off. I want to meet your neighbors. You might not know some of your neighbors. Let's go do that together. That could be a high barrier of entry sometimes. So let's do it together. Let's meet your neighbors together. So those are my asks. Lastly, I say, am I in your budget? Am I in your budget? I want to shout out Elizabeth, because she up on here. Elizabeth sends me $20 a month. And I know that sounds like what 20, people there. I know there are people who would rate $5,000 check. I'm going to tell you how that $20 a month has been keeping our campaign afloat. And I hate to say it as a campaign. It's our office. We bring in people because Elizabeth gives us $20 a month. I have a young college student that gives $10 a month and has been given $10 a month since January 2022. Since December 2022. So like, it all helps. So if you can go to delegatejackieglass.com, put us in your budget, right? Even if it's like, I'm just going to commit $5 a month because I know you guys are doing work. I know that I'll see the fruits of the labor. It keeps our office going. They give us enough to be an opportunity, but not necessarily a solution. Yeah, put me in your budget. Am I in there? That's my ask, right? And then that's almost told us like COSA. So I'm going to go into, actually, let me make sure I'm checking the calendar for things that are happening this week to make sure everybody's up to date. Nope. Saturday is flag football tournament, y'all. All girls. I please need y'all to come out to Ghent. Come out to Ghent school. There's a women's. I'm gonna be playing flag football with some old ladies on Sunday at Ghent school. It's from like 9:30 to like 3:00. It's a tournament. I'm gonna be there. I'm excited. Let's get it. Your girl needs to play. And then we've got some other things. So in the comments, here's what we got. Excited about the process. Oh, Myra Payne running for the Senate. Put her email address in here. Thank you. I look good in red. Listen, I promise you it's this lighting in here. Thank you. And can't wait. Thank you, Kezia. Lamont says, what is the address for tonight's event? Please let me get the address. I know that it is at Assembly. Let me get the address real quick. On Granby Street. Let's get it. I'm trying to get the address here so we can. They should have the address. Oh, did I get it? Okay, so 400 Granby Street. The address to the event this evening is on 400 Granby Street. 400 Granby Street. I'll put that also in the chat. 400. And I have to make sure I say Granby because I have Granby in the neighborhood, and those are two different things. Granby Street. Assembly. Going to be great. It's going to be up on the rooftop. So you're going to be going to the event on the rooftop. Okay, so Elizabeth says, hi, I'm driving. If possible, can we get an email reminder today with the dates and actions you mentioned? I love that you said that. I can make that happen. I'm going to put that on the list, put it on the list of the days and the action dates. Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's probably a smart thing to do. And I actually hadn't thought about doing it. So gratitude. Thank you, Elizabeth. And thank you for listening while you're driving. It's just, thank you for tuning in while you're getting at it, getting on the road. All right, this is our last 5 minutes. So this is your time. This is ultimately your time. Any questions, any comments, any concerns that you have, this is your time to sort of just put it in the comments. If there aren't any, then we will go carry on smartly with our plan of the day. We will carry on smartly. And I will fill that time while I wait and see. We all know this past weekend was very tough in Norfolk. I mean, there was a list that just came out from I think WTKR put the list out, Channel 3, of the amount of homicides that have happened this year. Know that doesn't fall deaf. That those numbers, every single person doesn't fall deaf on our ears. There are several things that we're working on, and I don't want to say behind the scenes because they're not really behind the scenes. They're just steps that we're taking to hopefully help the locality do this thing. Again, I told you about the crime aversion economy. That's one of our economies that we're working on to make investments in the crime aversion economy. I did have an interesting meeting with a variety of law enforcement agencies and community members, because that's just one piece, right? Law enforcement is one piece, one very equal piece in this pie of enforcement, prevention, and people. They're equal shares of that pie, and I will be sharing some of what that looked like and sounded like here in the near future. So if that is anything, if there's nothing else, I don't see any other questions, comments, or concerns. Let me double check here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it these days. Check it on Insta. All right, y'all, listen, this has been the Morning Dew for certified doers just like you. So grateful that you're down and you're around. Until next time, you know where to catch me. You can hit us up at delegatejackieglass.com. The office is 757-472-1293. Again, that's 757-472-1293. Delegatejackieglass.com. You can go there. Tell me what you got going on. It doesn't always have to be a need. It can be a suggestion. Our ears, eyes, and hearts are always open, but we can't expect anything from people that we aren't willing to inspect. So come on, inspectors, get at us. Right? Until next time, with Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and the laced up legislator for the House of Delegates 89th District, getting ourselves prepared to win a race in November for the 93rd District. Be well, drink water, and get sleep. Take care, y'all. You have a wonderful day, Miss Charlene. Take care, y'all.